Let's move on. We are both United fans. Let's move on to Manchester United. We have to talk about Manchester United. Biggest question on everybody's minds: what is up with Paul Pogba?
Well, Paul's. We all know how good Paul can be. I mean, he actually got in the PFA players team. That's the team where the players pick, you know, the team of the year. I mean, I've seen Paul play fantastic this season at Man United, but there are times, obviously, when you know we can do better. I'm sure he knows that. He understands that as well.
Is he playing somewhere where he doesn't want to play, or
not at all? I mean, he grew up. He grew up there. Do you know what I mean? If you ask him, he loves Ollie. Ollie's, you know, good. He was there when Ollie was there, so it's not about that. Obviously, we've gone on a bad patch at the moment. When starting off with Ollie, you know, great run where Ollie was breaking all sorts of records. And as an ex-player, you look at that and think, how can we go in so much of a bad form? Because we know we can do it. Yeah. And so do the players, the manager, everyone just thinks, I don't understand. And that's the problem. We've seen against the Everton game where you could see that Everton just wanted it more. And I think that's one of the most important things. You know, when a game is tight, Everton's always tough away, and when Everton want to win more, then you have to look at yourself as players, and I'm sure they have done.
But talking about the desire, isn't that something that comes from within the club as well? The desire to win, the desire to do better?
It's coming from the manager, that's what he's saying. And you know, when he was here, that's what we had to do. When I was playing, like I said, we didn't play brilliant all the time.
Exactly.
But we'd scrape a win because everyone was trying hard. You know, they put the running in, they'd be determined. So yeah, it's important that the players understand that, and they have to do it. I mean, Man City, Liverpool, first and second in the league, they probably run more than anyone else.
Exactly.
People wonder why, because that's, you know, they're fit enough, they know when to run, and they do it properly. They do it as a team, and that's something we have to start doing.
One thing quite frustrating for me personally as a fan is he seems lethargic. It's a very similar case to Dimitar Berbatov last time, because the body language and how he's on the field, but he's a brilliant player. But do you think he needs to want to be more active on the field, or
no, I think
that's his style?
Everyone can get better. Everyone can get better. I think that's how Paul plays. You know what I mean? And like I said, he scored some fantastic goals this season and assists. We've seen him do it for France as well.
Yeah.
People ask me about Berber. What was Berber like? Berber was fantastic technically.
Exactly.
He scored goals, but you know, body language is always a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't mean you're a bad player.
True.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, when the times get tough, you want a little bit more. You want a little bit more from all the players, and that comes to the running side of it. You know, we all have to run together, put the work in, and then hopefully we get results from there.
All right. Talking about the Man United team, which part of the team do you think the whole team needs there needs to be big changes throughout the team currently, or do you think there are little parts that they just need to find the right players in specific parts and they will do better next season?
Yeah, I've been asked this before, and I always think, don't get me wrong, some players will come out, how many? If you ask a lot of people want 8 and that, I said that doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But I always feel that obviously new players come and go anyway at the end of the season, and it's all about getting a bond together, you know, a partnership. And what I mean by that is, does this person fit with this person? Obviously you learn that out as the season goes on, but like we find out Rio and Vida, perfect. You know, you can go back to Yap, Ronnie Johnson. Exactly. You know, you can do in different positions. Beckham, Scholes, but Beckham, Scholes, Keane. Beckham, you know what I mean? They all fit, and I think that'll be a big thing. You know, because regardless what anyone thinks, there will be players coming in, and there will be some leaving. So hopefully the bond works.
For you personally, your biggest positions that you think they need to change? Or?
I mean, I'd put someone in every position.
Okay.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah,
Do you know what? I mix it up, because people used to say to me, oh my God, you're playing before so and so. And I always go, yeah, I know, but we all even though we're teammates, we're all doing our best in training because we want to get in the team. You know, we're all fighting against each other, but ultimately we know we're a team, and we know what the end goal is, we know what we want, we know how to get there because we've done it before. So we all come together and work as a team with it. And you know, there'd be players who were in at the beginning of the season. The guy that's on the bench, he's working extra hard maybe, and he's in. And all of a sudden the guy, you know what I mean? So we're all playing for positions, but at the same time we're doing it as a team.
Now, do you think the current Manchester United team needs more leaders on the field? Because when the first goal goes in at Everton, heads drop.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can always get more leaders in. There's never a shortage of leaders. I don't think you can just buy someone because there's a leader.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, the person has to be the right fit. But I mean, in my time we had lots of leaders, and it does help. You know,
it shows on the field, yeah. Yeah,
because the Vauquelin team, obviously the best captain for me, the best one is Roy Keane. He was the manager on the field, and the expectation he wanted off you was second to none. So you knew you had to do well, and if you were playing poor, he'd let you know about it as well. But that's being part of a captain and being strong-minded, and he was definitely one of them characters.
All right. Let's move on from players. Talk about the manager, Ole, who was hired as the Manchester United manager. Do you think it was the right move, and what do you see him achieving at Manchester United?
Yeah, when Ole come in, I think everyone was a bit surprised because he just wasn't on the radar.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? There's lots of people on the radar, and obviously he was coming in as sort of an intern first. And the way he started, I mean, I don't think anyone could have believed it.
Nobody actually thought he would start like that.
Not at all. And you know, he understands about the club. He knows what it's about. He knows how to win. He knows what it means to win. You know, the history. And when he got the job, he fully deserved it. Absolutely fully deserved it, regardless what anyone says. I always say, take names out of it. If any manager would have done the same, he would have got the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, Ole was there, and he got the job. And now it's got a little bit difficult and very frustrating for the simple fact that we can play so well for so long, and then we go on a really bad dip that's lasted a few weeks. So Ole will see these players every day. He'll understand. He'll know who he thinks is lacking a little bit, and he'll be talking to him. He'll be telling him. But at the same time, you know, he's already mentioned, I think, a few times, you know, it's not an overnight thing. Yes, the players can do it, but we need to do it every week. So he's got to get that into the players' heads. The players have to understand that, and I'm sure in the summer there will be signings. Yeah.
All right.
You know, you've got to take responsibility with it. You know, and I'm guessing if you don't, you're pretty much out of the door, and he brings people in who will do it.